Wow. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm trying to do another live video. This time I'm trying to see if I can do one that will let me show you how to do some stuff in On1. But I'm also trying to still work out how to do this, and I can't find the live video. Maybe I have to wait for a bit to see whether or not it comes up. So some of you know that on my blog on Thursdays I do a challenge called the 1-4 challenge, which is basically you take one image and over the course of 4 weeks in a month, each week you do something different to that image. So I try and do something different each time, and this week or this month I thought what I might try and do is I've just taken one image, so I think I can do this. So this image, and I've taken 4 slices out of it, and then each one I've done something different to. I can't find any live videos or anything here on my channel, so I don't even know if this is working. Oh, here we go. Is there a chat? Yes. So nobody's watching, but anyway, why would anybody be watching? So this is the original image, and last week, let's have a look at last week's image. This was it. It was of the waves. Whoops, wasn't quite what I was looking for, but anyway. If we go back to the original image, you can see it's just this little bit up here. It's a very, very small part of the image. So and then this coming week, I wanted to look at this bit up here. There's like this wooden structure or something up there, and it looked like a good place to look at the image or look at the ocean. So this is the image that I ended up with. But I thought what it might be interesting to do is to have a look and see what I did to this image. So if we go to edit, so when you come in here, you can see that there are over here, different develop, local, effects, whatever. So develop, you can see here what I did. Not a lot. I just upped the contrast a little bit. I didn't do anything to the highlights. Looks like I brought the shadows up a little bit. I brought the whites up, and that was pretty much it. I didn't play around with anything else. So in fact, if we go to all of these, if we just turn all of these off, you can see that was what the image looked like after I did all of that. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So after develop, that's what we got. So I did this image a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember whether I used a preset because it doesn't really tell you, but I did use some of the effects. You can get these effects and add the filters. Here there's a whole heap of them that you can go through and work out what to do. But with this one, what I did is so initially I added some dynamic contrast. So if I turn that off, and you can sort of see it just sort of brings more detail to everything. And you can see here I've changed a couple of things. Like there's so many well, within each filter there are so many different choices. Like you can change how you want them. I chose the natural look. You can also decide how strong you want it to be. Like you could start with 0 and just slowly add it up. I just had it up all the way. So that was the first effect. Then the next one I put in was the color adjustment. So we'll just turn that on and see what happens. Not a lot happened. Wow. Why did I have this one? I'd say this was actually part of a preset, because it doesn't look like anything has been changed. Then I added some curves. You can see there it brightened up a bit. And this bit here started to go a bit funny. And then finally, they have this really cool thing called match color. So you can pick photos, you know, you can change the color according to like photos and that kind of thing, which is kind of cool. But I've added my own. So the one I used for this image was from a painting of an artist that I like, so it'll kind of use his colors. But you know, I've added like one of my flower photos, because you can add all your own stuff. Oh, that doesn't look good, the red. Just see what happens. Yeah, that's a bit weird one. What else? So some sunset ones, some urban ones that I've done. I don't know why I added that one, but you know, I've got an Edward Hopper one, an Ansel Adams. I thought if I was doing a black and white that might be quite good, but we're going to use this one. This is the one I used for this image. So that was pretty much all I did. And then finally I did add an adjustment. I added a gradient across the top of it so that I could just I like a darker sky. The one thing I do want to learn how to do is how to, apparently you can't remember what it's called, but it's where you work on an image that's really pixelated so that you can sort of upsize it, but I haven't kind of worked that out yet. I wouldn't mind. I wonder if it's one of these effects. Weather, tone, textures, noise reduction. Will be one of these. Oh, I quite like that. That looks pretty cool. What was that one? Mobile. Moderate. It's one of the things I like about all of these things too, is all you have to do is just hover over the top of things and you'll get to see what they look like, but we'll actually get rid of this one. The other thing that you can do, and you can try with any of these things, is you can, if you go to these 3 lines over here, you can blend. Sometimes you can get pretty cool effects from blending, using a different blending mode. See what happens. I don't know, but we're gonna, and then if you've got the reset, or you can just delete it. So that's basically all I did to this image. I'll show you how to do the gradient to make the sky a bit darker. So you just add an adjustment. Then up here you get some tools. So there's a heap of tools here. I've just been using this one, the gradient. And it's always dark, so you've got to swing it around. And then you can determine here how because this is your feathering. So this is how much feathering, you know, like if you put it all the way down here, it's going to be really dark. Whereas if you put it up here and if you spread this out more, it will lighten up a lot more and won't be so dark. That's a pretty cool tool. I'll get rid of that now. So as this was an experiment, I'm going to get going. I think I will, if this works, start announcing when I'm going to do these. I'd like to do more processing with this and with, let's see if we can open it with, because I think, I don't know if I've told you that I've purchased Affinity Photo 2. I'm looking for alternatives to Photoshop and Lightroom, I guess. I don't know. I'm still learning about ON1. And I'm still trying to work out Affinity 2. Some things in Affinity 2 work really weird. Good to know my license is active and will never expire. So it's not a subscription, you just buy it. Let's see if we can open an image. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way of doing this. I'm hoping the image will appear. Oh, here we go. So this is the image. Some things are going to work really slow because I'm recording this as I'm doing it. But you get, like, the first thing you get is all your, you know, the best thing to do is just to play. A lot of these things work, you know, very similar to Photoshop, and some things work very different. So they're your says default things. You've got your white balance, shadows, highlights, profiles. I think that's for your lens, or maybe not. Then up here, oh, here's your lens. So it tells me it was taken with a Nikon 24-70. Your details, so this is usually your noise reduction, stuff like that, tones, curves, black and white, split toning. So I guess if you want a black and white image, that's how you do it. You can change stuff. Are there any more colours? Thought it would bring up the cliffs a bit more. Anyway, so you know, it's got all these different things, and once you've got all that basic stuff, then you can just go over here to develop, click that, and then you can start working on your image. It doesn't save it as a PS, like a Photoshop file. It saves it as something quite weird. But I've only had this for about 2 weeks, so I haven't played around with it a lot, but I am hoping to. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there now for this first one. I think I'll start posting messages when I'm going to do more. I'd like to do more of these kind of videos, and then it'd be good if people can come on too and chat to me, and then if I can help people work out how to use this stuff, that would be great. Okay, I'm going to leave you all there, and we'll talk soon.